just then. Yeah. So you're gonna 4 now? Yeah, run the pattern, boy. You make your own luck, mate. The shad spawn in the morning today, the first 2 hours, has been insane. We've probably boated 30 fish today. Hectic. I know how it feels like now to have ADHD, be on 10 Red Bulls. Look at the belly on her. Today we're gonna live and die by the spinnerbait. Have some faith, boys. The Aussies are coming. Righto, legends, and welcome to Oklahoma. I am so pumped to be here. We're at a place called Grand Lake. Now it's Grand Lake the Cherokee. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's a really exciting place to be if you love fishing tackle, because this place used to be the central hub of product development for fishing gear in the USA. Pretty pumped to be here. It's also held a classic. Justin Hamner won here a couple of years ago. So this place is so diverse and so much fun. Now while we're at it, remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Help the channel grow, particularly if you like fishing or you're into gear reviews. Right now we've got all the new Tatula corks from Daiwa on the board. We're going to throw a product review about those up on the channel soon. But the channel and the content are very much dependent on you guys and your support, so keep it coming. It's a north-south running lake. Down to the south, you generally have that clearer water on that dam there, and then as you go further north, and I did see it today, the place is chocolate. There are huge stumps getting around. There are basically landmines everywhere that you've got to avoid. But they've had some rain here that's lifted the water level in the last few days. All the sticks have come into the center of the lake, and you know, honestly, it's somewhat dangerous. But the big thing that I am pumped about, and if you know the story well, I was meant to be living, or staying, I guess, bunking with a guy called Tommy Wood, another Australian that was in the Opens last year. You know, life changes, he didn't come back, so it meant that I guess for the first 3 rounds that I've had this year, I really haven't had anyone to stay with, and I've been rocking it solo, feeling alone. Honestly, it's been kind of depressing, but we've got a guy staying with us now. He's a Canadian, his name's Matt, and we've been talking to each other through a bunch of other rounds. So for this round, we started getting an Airbnb together. We're pretty much up north, about 10 minutes away from the ramp, which is ideal. Up the north, like I said before, we've had some rain. It is dirty, it is chocolate. So the fish up there are going to be really associated with cover. Those fish are going to want an anchor point that are in the mud. They don't want to drift into the middle of the ether and lose their positioning in life. So they're going to be close up to the cover. You're going to be sitting on it, which means moving, vibrating, flashing bait, and I'm going to need to get it right on top of them for them to bite, and that's kind of cool. But this place has got docks, jetties, it's got rocks, rock walls, sand flats. It's got an offshore bite that's going to be difficult because there's no forward facing, but there isn't a huge amount of grass. It's more so a rocky edge kind of situation, but that doesn't mean that there's not grass. There are some patches of grass around that I've done some Googling, and I'm hoping that tomorrow, really my day one's a navigation day, that I can find a lot of that stuff. Or not find. We'll see. All up this whole system, there are just beautiful homes, beautiful holiday weekend homes on the lake. It is absolutely insane, the amount of money and the beauty that is in this area. Check out this American patriotism. On the right hand side, we've got a house with a retaining wall that's got like freedom and the American eagle written on it, and then we've got Oklahoma Grand Lake. We're on our last day of practice now, the 3rd day of practice. We've got a day off tomorrow, then tournament starts. Pretty excited about it. Honestly, first 2 days are a bit of a grind, you know, trying to work stuff out. The shad spawn in the morning today, the first 2 hours, has been insane. We've probably boated 30 fish today, you know, triple more than what we did in the first 2 days. Did get some 4 and 5 pounders in the first day. Second day yesterday, running some different stuff. Got nothing. So there's really 3 different bites going on. There's a dock bite, there's a rock bite. I'd probably say there's a spinnerbait bite where it's kind of related to rock as well, but the dock bite's been no good for us so far. We've got a spinnerbait bite that's gone pretty hard this morning for that early morning bite. I'm sorry I didn't have the camera on this morning. It would have been insane, the footage, but you know, it is what it is. We're all good. That morning pattern, which was just hectic. I know how it feels like now to have ADHD, be on 10 Red Bulls. We're looking for that shad, that bait. Where I find bait on the edge, I find fish. Where I don't find, or where I can't see bait on the edge right now, there are no fish. So that's a bit of a tell. We got one of the sweetest Airbnbs as well that's on the water. A couple of us staying there. We've been cooking some Aussie steaks. In America, they call them prime rib. In Australia, we call them a Scotch fillet. They're slightly different cuts, but they're still delicious. So we're smashing those, smashing Australian T-bone and lamb. So things are feeling pretty homely on the road right now. Rightio, let's get into it.
6:35 is going to be dropping the green flag. I just wanted to get a little more light. Obviously, be aware of those floaters out there. They're going to be a little bit harder to see in the waves.
We're on boat 139, so we've got a little bit of a wait, which is a little bit unfortunate. I didn't want to be in the bottom half, but that's the way the draw goes. You know, I really want to be taking advantage of that morning bite, that morning shad spawn, but it is what it is. You know, we'll get a longer time period doing it tomorrow. We just won't have as much today, but luckily we got the fish. Controversial. Controversial. What? You make your own luck, mate. Big picture, a couple of things are pretty wild. In that I've got 4 rods on the front and it's really just 2 baits. There's a spinnerbait and a jig, and a green pumpkin jig, and that's what they're biting. And down on the side I've got some tertiary stuff that just I want out to give me, so that I can see it, to give me more ideas. But today we're gonna live and die by the spinnerbait. The water is chocolate. It is really chocolate, which means that those fish, they're gonna want to stage and sit on something. They're going to want a frame of reference while they're in the water, so they don't just blow around willy-nilly because they can't see anything. So they're going to be tied up on cover. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll see how we go. In the wild wind today, we are on an exposed bank, so we're going to get pumped, accurate cast.
20, where's 140?
How you doing, mate?
Alright, brother, how are you?
140 behind the night jet.
You on the water?
No, I'm not on the water. I'm too old for that now.
See you, buddy.
Byron, how are you?
136 and 230.
Good luck. Be careful.
Thank you, sir. 30.
Thank you, Byron. Hold on out there, pull it good. Good luck, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a great day. That's what happens when you got a low boat. That's part of the deal. We've got a guy on our spot. Along that rock wall there. Now the mission for us today is to replicate that bite
Everything I've had is going to come like a rock feature or some sort of scummy, hard structure in front of a front bluff. Not necessarily too shallow or deep, it really doesn't matter, just as long as there's something there to break all of this wind and current hitting it that the fish can sit behind. Honestly, it's what every Australian knows how to fish in Sydney Harbour. So that's what we're going to try and replicate, no big deal.
Yes!
Have some faith, boys. The Aussies are coming. Look at her. Look at the belly on her. Fucking hey, boys. Now we build, team. Now we build.
How you going?
Where'd you get them? So this bank, see those little holes? That's what we're looking for, that little depression.
Where?
Sorry.
Did you get them on the main river? Your curry spot?
Yeah, I got 8 along the main river this morning. Dropped a 4.5 at the boat, thinking I could flip it because it looked small. Then it came up while I was in the flipping motion, and then just fucking gone. I should.
Good, bro. You have 3 pounds. Well, I'll fucking all my fun fucking had nothing. They were both ahead of me.
Okay.
It was fucking loaded with people.
So I don't care about the boats. I was catching behind someone.
I got this here, but I got little small ones. I lost every one.
See this? So okay, see this wall here? There's behind this dock, straight behind the dock, there are 2 winds. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Now there was a big boulder in one of them, and the 5 I got a 5-pounder just came up and went. Solid. How big are your 3?
Pound.
Well, if they're 14 inches, they're going to be 2 pounds anyway.
Nah, 1.5 pounds maybe.
Oh, they're thin.
One good one I got, flipping. Oh no, that's gonna be. Yeah, he got off it. He was maybe like 3 pounds.
You get anything on a jig or anything, or what'd you get them on?
Sure.
All spinnerbait, me too. Half ounce.
If you,
I'm just going to keep going along here.
you mind if I hit that little point right there?
No, you do that.
Oh yeah.
Look at the fat.
The fatty.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Definitely pre-spawn, man.
Good luck, man.
Fucking get him, brother. They're here. I'm going to work behind you. I just missed one on this rock.
Off that border.
Just then?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking right.
So you have 4 now?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. Run the pattern, boy. Right lads, I got some bad news. You guys are completely broken and I don't have a mount. So I'm running around the boat. I snapped the pole, unfortunately. So you don't have a mount anymore. So she's going away, but I don't know how to put you up. So I'm gonna stick you there. I'm yelling because I got really freaking loud music. Look at this, Banana Man.
We've been on the stage many a day, and this is fun. I'm glad to be back. But let's talk about the lake. Mother Nature, I don't know if it's really a curveball. It may be a curveball for these anglers, but I think the wind likes to blow here, especially in the month of April.
Yeah, it's been blowing for weeks here. I don't know. I mean, it might have blew a little hard to, that it might have maybe condensed the anglers into certain areas, and that might...
Byron Hill, step on up. Now calls Florida home, but he is by way of Australia. First time here?
Yeah, mate. She was pretty wild out there today. Took a couple of spit a couple of waves actually. Everything's wet, so we'll have to get the shop out and fix her up a bit. But it was a lot of fun.
Hey, you're okay though. 13-15 for you today. 34th. Appreciate it. Not bad for your first time here. We'll see where you end up.
Well, let me tell you, Legends, day 2 hasn't started like I wanted it to. It wasn't calm at all. We had thunderstorms and rain all last night. It basically muddied up the entire side of the Airbnb and the grass and hill that the boat was parked on, which resulted in us getting bogged, and we couldn't get the boat out. We ended up having to tie some cars together. We got an F-250 involved, and eventually we got out, but I did miss the start time. Boat number was like 35 this morning. We didn't get on the water till like boat 80 or 90. So we're still kind of in the front half of the field, but, you know, not ideal. The boat's an absolute mess. As I was running this morning, I was just having to pick mud off and out of my eyes. The mud just kept flying in my eyes whilst I was running. So I didn't know, it was just a massive mess, honestly. So we're starting this morning, probably a little bit all over the place and trying to find the fish, but we know where they are, and honestly it took me about an hour or so to come down. Good to us. That makes sense. Go, buddy. Why can't things just work? I don't understand why. So we've had a slow morning. 1 and 2 pounders, 1 1/2s. Now we've got almost a 3 pounder in there, and a twin 3 pound 1 ounce. The rest there's another 1 3/4, and the other one's a 2. So we've got a bag, but no, this morning I'm really happy with that. They're really coming on hard faces, the hard man-made rock wall faces. So we're going to go find those, see if I can find it in this little cove behind me, and then after that we're going to do something different for the afternoon bite, midday bite, because we really have nothing for that bite. So that's the plan, yo. How you doing, mate? I'm going to do a photo of your jetty. Oh, you call him a dog. Same as yesterday. I don't have my big fish yet, so I've got the bag, but we had some problems this morning. We got bogged, and I threw mud all over the oh, you should have seen this morning. This morning was horrific.
Oh my god.
Now, at least now we've had some. Look at that. You got a beautiful bowl of collie there.
He's a Pyrenees.
Oh really?
He looks like a giant border collie.
It does, don't?
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo. Here's the thumbs up. So, you're not Australian, but your wife is.
Yeah, my wife's from Sydney.
Oh, really?
Where are you from?
I was born on the Gold Coast, but I lived in Sydney for a long time.
I've been over here for almost 20-something years, but she's still got her accent real strong.
Good on her. I bet she gets a lot of attention. My wife gets so much attention because of the accent.
Still does, yeah.
Makes me feel special.
Yeah.
But, alright, I'm going to get to it. But I just wanted to come by and say hi. My fish are in the next one, so.
Alright, good to see you, brother.
You too, mate. I really appreciate the support. Tell your wife that it meant something nice when, you know, I'm so far away from home and then someone says hi. It means a lot.
Well, that's what Aussies do, man. They support each other still.
Freaking A. Sir, it was a pleasure meeting you. See you, mate.
Say hello to everybody watching on Turtle Box Bassmaster Open is presented by Battery Tender, and getting excited, ready to see how it all unfolds. Now, but originally from Australia, step on up, Byron Hill. A good start with 13-15 yesterday, coming back with 5 more today, Byron.
Yeah, couldn't back it up, but found the big fish that just weren't biting, unfortunately. I've got to give a shout out to Matt. I bogged the car with the rain last night, couldn't get the truck and the boat out. We ended up arriving late, but the whole boat and the truck are covered in mud. You saw it this morning, yeah, but...
Island 3 said I got stuck in the mud. There's mud all over the boat.
It was fun, you know. We make memories on this tour, so a lot of fun. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Byron. See you later. 12-1 today, 26 even your 2-day total. Connor Cunningham.
Right, legends, we're back. We've chilled out back in Florida. We've had a bit of an adventure on the way back. We went to MBT Marine. I got a new screen up there. Got a new Garmin here, new LVS 34 at the front, which I'm pretty pumped about. I have heard rumors that a new 44 is coming in a couple of months' time. So we'll see what the announcement goes up there, maybe closer to ICAST or something. But we're just chilling out in Florida for a couple of days before we head up to Lake Seminole for the MLF Toyota Challenge. You know, second round, I guess, at Grand Lake with Bass now. So finishing the top half of the field, big improvement over, you know, where we were at the bottom half of the field, pretty low actually at the end of the first round. I guess you could only go up from there, but I think for me over here, it's going to be a long grind. You know, I'm not here for a short time. I don't need to hit huge numbers and results straight away. I'm just kind of learning the waterways, understanding the fish, seeing what they do, understanding their patterns and what they do with water movements in, out, all the rest of it. It's a big learning curve over here. So I intend to be here for a long time and have a good time. Anyway, with that being said, let me get ready for Lake Seminole. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. You know the buttons to push if you're interested. See you next time.